All right, let's get started. Welcome everyone to Long's coffee break on this Thursday morning. Want to thank everybody for taking their time today to join us and gain a little knowledge on Daikin's PreciseLine options and controls updates. My name is Ryan Nadbalski. I am a sales engineer in the Colorado Springs market. And today joining us will be Tim Sealander with Daikin Applied. Tim, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ryan. Thanks everyone for jumping on.
Well, we're excited to hear what you got planned for us and go from there.
Cool. So kind of what I want to talk about today, I want to give a quick overview for those maybe not familiar with what PreciseLine is, talk through some of the new features we have releasing, hopefully next week here, and then what's coming for the remainder of the calendar year. We have some exciting updates I want to talk to. So kind of a quick overview or recap for some of you on what PreciseLine is. It's a blower coil that has some construction and features that allow us to kind of play up into a light commercial air handler. So today that means up to 5,000 CFM with a horizontal and a vertical cabinet offering. We have chilled water, split DX, and VRV cooling options, hot water, electric heat, and now VRV heat pump operations. One of the big things I like to highlight in my head, it's an innovative product feature, is that 1-inch double wall foam injected cabinet with a true thermal break. So it's going to have a very low leakage cabinet, which is really where a lot of the losses in air handling happen. And for the contractors in the room, we have factory installed valve packages. So if you're looking to keep your labor times down, we have that available for you. So when I talk about that exciting cabinet, here's what I mean. You can see the double wall, that foam injected R6 insulation. Those two black gaskets are what are giving us that true thermal break. So there's no through sheet metal. And those fasteners, one other thing I'd like to point out is the sleeve that the fasteners go into prevents any stripping as you're removing and reinstalling those sheet metal panels. You can take them off as often as you want without risking any kind of stripping of the sheet metal.
Tim, one thing that I've enjoyed about using that product as well, beyond those features, is its low profile to that really works well in certain situations where we need additional ceiling space.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Ryan, and that's absolutely accurate. So all of the horizontal offerings are designed to be able to fit in your ceiling plenums, and the verticals inside of a closet. So footprint was really footprint and the cabinet construction were the two main design criteria when we built the PreciseLine product. So next we're going to talk through a couple of the new features that we are releasing hopefully next week here. So the first big item is going to be the Series 2 Delta fans. If you're familiar with the Rebel product line, same exact fan now in the light commercial air handlers. So a couple key features around this. It is an ECM fan, so you're going to be slightly more efficient than the VFDs. In addition to that, in the crazy supply chain world we've been seeing, you now have an option if VFDs are driving extended lead times to convert to an ECM motor, cut out the VFD, and try to hold lead times as well as we reasonably can. This is going to be in the cabinet sizes 30 to 50, which means at 500 feet per minute, you're getting 3,000 to 5,000 CFM. It's going to be available in the horizontal and vertical cabinet sizes. It's a direct drive airfoil bladed fan for those who aren't efficient. So we're using the most efficient fan blades you can. It's fully welded, delivering the CFM it's designed to deliver throughout the life of the fan. And the other thing I'd like to highlight, you can kind of see it here with this shadow view, the rail that it's mounted on allows for slide out access. So if you're ever doing any maintenance or replacing the fan, you just unplug the electrical connections and you can pull it out with the blue frame that you see there. So with the PLENUM fan editions, we have an EC fan or ECM fan offering throughout the whole PreciseLine product line. The other big feature we just released or are releasing is the full PreciseLine air handling controls. So we're going to cover kind of what those controls components are. And then when I think about controls, I think about how you're controlling the different components within the air handler. So we'll cover some of that and then touch on some of the other accessories that are relevant for your market. So you can see here in the top left, we're looking at the PreciseLine controller. It's a defeatured MT4, which is the controller we're using in the new Rebel Applied product. It's going to come with a native BACnet MSTP option. So you can connect to a BIS if it's available in your market. If not, you're able to operate as a standalone controlled unit. The integrated thermostat on the bottom right is going to always come with the controller on the unit. That sits in the space. It allows some temporary set point adjustment. You can control your schedule, and it's monitoring the space temperature that we'll be controlling to for most of the control selection options. The portable user interface in the bottom is meant to be either one or two for a job site, or maybe the control, the servicer of that building. And what this is going to do is plug into an external Ethernet port on the PreciseLine and give you full access to all of the set points, including the scheduling, including fan speeds, etc., being able to read alarms and read the performance of the unit. So it's helpful for troubleshooting and critical for startup. So like I said, as we talk through what controls are, I like to talk through how you control an individual component and how that interacts with the system. So the supply fan options we have are constant volume, where it's running at a fixed speed. Two quick notes on that though. The integrated thermostat, you are able to turn down your fan speed. So if someone's too hot, too cold, they might go hit the fan button and reduce the speed in like 15% increments. You can also run temporary set points. It will always control to that integrated thermostat set point from the room temp sensor. In single zone VAV operation, you speed up and slow down your fan to hit the space temperature set point while you're controlling the modulation of your cooling and heating coils to a discharge air set point. So slightly more advanced, more efficient control if your fan speeds are a major energy driver. The duct static pressure control is going to control your fan speed to a fixed duct static pressure. So if you have VAV boxes in your system, as they open and close, you're going to get the duct pressure will go up and down, and the fan will modulate accordingly to maintain that fixed flow. And similar to the single zone VAV there, you're going to control the temperature to that discharge air temperature sensor with the integrated thermostat driving whether you're in cooling or heating mode. A couple accessories worth mentioning. We have outdoor air temp and humidity sensors, which can tie into the PreciseLine. So you have economizer control. If you have a modulating outdoor air damper, we're able to modulate that to control when you're in economizer mode, making sure you're using outdoor air when that's efficient to do so. We have an airflow proofing switch, which is a duct mounted sensor that will send an alarm if you're requesting airflow, but it's not proving. It won't shut down the unit though. And then I guess kind of the last accessory I want to touch on is an entering water temperature sensor. In your market, if you're not doing reheat and you have a 2-pipe chilled water hot water coil, you're going to have a temperature probe upstream of that, measuring that water temperature. So if you get a demand for heating in the room, but you have chilled water going to the unit, it's going to operate in fan only mode rather than dumping or performing cooling when you're asking for heating. And obviously the opposite is true as well. So if you're asking for cooling, you have hot water. And kind of the last new feature that we're offering today is VRV integration. So today we offer a cooling only option that's selectable within our selection software. We now have available heat pump options. So when you get a VRV system, you're getting it not just for cooling your building, you got to heat too. And the coil is going to be capable of doing that. So you can get the Z kits, which will perform heating or cooling in the primary coil in your PreciseLine. Or the VRV groups are going to be rolling out what we call the D kits, which will have that same primary heat pump coil and a hot gas reheat coil. So if you do run into a situation where you're designing for dehumidification, you have that available to you as well. Awesome. So that's what's new with PreciseLine today. But this calendar year, we have one more major exciting update that I want to touch on. So we're going to have that same great 1-inch thermally broken R6 casing available up to 10,000 CFM later this calendar year. It has a couple new features in it. So you're able to get exhaust fans, final filters when that's available. And to me, the really exciting thing with the lead time situation we're in today is that it's a new production line within our factory. So at launch, we're targeting a 12-week lead time. So if you have air handlers out in your market that are either designed or on order, but maybe have 30, 50, 60-week lead times, you could look at converting. So reach out to your long sales associate and potentially getting something much, much more quickly in the PreciseLine cabinet. So more info to come, just stay in touch with your long sales associates. And as we talk about the new cabinet, there are some additional features. We need more controls, and I just wanted to highlight some of that here. So with those exhaust fans, we're able to operate in constant volume or a supply fan tracking offsets as your fan modulates. So when your exhaust fan, the electric heat, you can now get up to 4 stages on this new cabinet or continue to use SCR heat. And split DX systems, you can get 4 stages of cooling, where today, lower tonnage units, we're offering 2 stages in the controlled PreciseLine. And with a larger cabinet, we have a larger controls box. We were able to install an expansion board, which will give you Title 24 economizer as standard on those new cabinets. You get a CO2 sensing option for demand controlled applications, demand controlled ventilation applications, differential pressure switch across your filter, so you can get an alarm when you get a dirty filter, and monitoring of return air and humidity inputs. So that's what I had today. Thanks everyone for jumping on, and thanks Ryan for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for the update, Tim. Really do appreciate it. If anyone on the call needs any more information regarding PreciseLine and the new features, please reach out to your long sales account manager to get more information on the units. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time today to for our coffee break. Really do appreciate it. And Tim, thank you. And everybody, have a great day.